Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, everybody. Thanks for joining us on a Monday night. Looking for the video on my feed. Where is it? Where is it? There we go. So, how is everybody? Everybody, enter, please. Enter and sign in, please. Where's that from? No, is it?
Oh, maybe. No,
No,
that
was
could
it?
Be, what's my line?
What's my line? I think. Yeah, I think it was What's My Line. Enter and sign in, please. Hey, Fran, welcome.
Okay, I've got about 10 minutes.
Okay, so if you're new here, I'm Robin. Behind the computer and the camera is my husband, Bill. We are Raincross Farms Makery. We are just outside of Lewiston, Idaho. And he has a meeting he has to get to at 6:30, so he's only going to be here for a few more minutes, and then he's gonna turn the reins of the camera over to me. So
This will be fun.
So we shall see. Hey, Patty. So we'll see how I do. If I can just keep it going long enough and turn it off, I'll be good, right?
You'll be fine.
He showed me how to switch the camera to the overhead,
You
to
guys
the
just
forward.
Hey, switch it to the overhead or switch it. Boy,
Bless you.
Or say switch it back so we can see your face.
Okay, well,
Keep her on our toes.
yeah, you guys just tell me what to do. Hi, Alana. Welcome, welcome, welcome. How was everybody's Monday? Was it a back to work Monday for some of you? How are you doing, Alana? Are you on track to go back tomorrow? Drinking up some of my tea.
What kind of tea did you make?
I made vanilla chai.
Good stuff.
Vanilla chai. Pretty good.
And
Pretty
I've
good
got
stuff.
chamomile.
He's got chamomile. Okay, so welcome, Marianne. Tonight, I am excited. This is not the project I was planning on doing as of last night because Chalk Couture brought back, let me back up the bus. Chalk Couture started today for the customers what's called Creative Kickstart. They figure holidays are over, you kind of need a little bit of creative inspiration. You kind of need a kickstart to get your crafting going again that isn't involving Santas and reindeer and snowmen and all of that. So they put out just a little mini bundle, not even a bundle. They have 2 B-size transfers and an accessory kit. And designers have known about it for a week. I've already ordered mine. I'm seeing a lot of designers who have already received theirs and they're already crafting with it. And you know what? They paid for expedited shipping, and I'm just too cheap to pay for that because it's like almost as much as the product itself. So
Yay.
you're gonna have to wait.
I like
'cause
a cheap wife.
I just can't pay for that shipping. Anyway, in addition to that kit, and I posted it on Raincross Farms Makery page and in the VIP group. So if you wanted to take a look at those transfers, you can. Along with that, and designers did not know what was in it until this morning, they brought back selected transfers from past years' creative kickstarts, and they're selling them on sale. So those transfers are 20% off to a general customer. And if you're a club member, if you're a member of the monthly DIY subscription, you can get them at 50% off. Well, what got me excited is some of the transfers that they brought back, I had wanted to use when I started doing my lives, but they were no longer available. So it doesn't do my business any good to demo a product that you can't, that my potential customers can't get. So I thought, oh well, I guess I'll just have to do this for personal use. But they came back, and I had a project already prepped to start. So it was this one right here. So I get to do it because they're available now. This one is called Cook, Eat, Clean. So it's Cook, Eat, Clean, Repeat And then there's some little knives and forks and other little doodads that go with it.
Doodad.
So I had a plan to make this sign, and then it went. It didn't. It went. I don't know if it. They took it off of stock when the new catalog came out. So I'm going to do this one tonight because this is something you can get, and if you're a club member, that's awesome because you can get it for half price. So regularly, their retail price is $14.99 for our B-size transfers. So if you're anyone can get them for $13. Club members can get them for $7.50, which is just an awesome deal. Let me show you a couple of the other transfers that I don't know what I'm not sure what you're pointing at.
Read your comments.
Oh, read my comments. Okay. Oh, Alana. Does that mean? I mean, you didn't get it again. You're just not over it. Off work for another week. Well, hopefully you're feeling better. It's one thing to be home and feel awful, and it's another thing to be home and feel okay. So I'm sorry. Yes, Ken, I am a cheapskate. Okay. Hey, Barbara. Anyway, here's another one. This one I did not get to use. This one says blah, blah, blah coffee. And this one says love is brewing fresh daily. So as long as this stays in stock, I have an idea of a transfer of a project I can do with this. And another one that came back, these were all part of last year's Creative Kickstart. And this I have used on, I think I used this on some aprons and some pot holders for a church potluck, some prizes. It says, work hard, snack often, and love you to the fridge and back. So all of these and more are ones that I don't own personally, are on sale because they brought them back. They're only while supplies last. So if you're interested in seeing what's available at either 20% off or 50% off, type Kickstart into the comments, and that will give you a link to the specials section. So it will get you the current Kickstart and the past ones that are on sale. Anyway, what I had planned for this transfer was I was going to put it on a long board like this, and in my kitchen I have this beam that hangs down, and I was going to put it up, hang it down from there, and it would say cook, eat, clean, repeat.
Did you check that with the structural engineer of our house?
No, because he'll figure it out, even if I have to hot glue it up there. Okay, so I prepped this months ago. So let me show you how I prepped it. I have another board that's just about the same, and I did kind of a faux stain on this. I didn't use actual stain that is expensive and smells bad and stains your hands. So we're going to use acrylic paint, and I can't remember what color I used. I can't remember if I used brown iron oxide or burnt umber.
It's one of them.
It's one of them. So I think I'll go dark. I think I'll do the burnt umber, just slightly darker. This is just acrylic paint that you could get at a craft store, Walmart, Joann's, sometimes Dollar Tree has them. But this is Apple Barrel brand, and it's not opened yet. Instead of using my teeth.
Don't stab yourself there, woman.
I'll try not to.
So obviously you didn't use that one.
I didn't use that one. What, this one?
Yeah.
No, because I just bought this one because my last container I used up for something else. So
Tammy's with this.
Hi, Tammy.
Tammy.
Hey, Tammy.
Yeah,
Hey, Beverly.
You need to go back. Sounds like structural engineer has work to do. I always have work to do. Alana says she's feeling better, just finding out that she gets fatigue eating to do something for about 15 minutes and need a nap for an hour. And I replied that you do that too without the COVID.
I do that too. And remember, our little challenge was 15 minutes. So that's all you need to do. 15 minutes and go nap for your hour. Okay, so to do this, I just use, hi, Cheryl. we're just getting started. Hey, Marianne. Okay, so I'm going to use a baby wipe. Nothing really magical about it. It's just moist, and it's kind of a fabric that I can use. And I'm going to just check and see if it's got a, nope, okay. Maybe it had a little plastic.
That's what I do with the mustard or ketchup.
Okay, so I'm just going to put down a little bit of the paint, and then with my baby wipe, I'm going to just wipe it on, and the moisture in here
It's the alcohol.
thins. Is it the alcohol?
Well, it's not necessarily alcohol, but it dries quick.
Okay,
and
so
it
it's
turns it into a stain.
The moisture kind of thins it out, makes it opaque, so it's not like a paint so much anymore. And it dries really quickly because it's mostly water or alcohol. I don't think there's a ton of alcohol in baby wipes, but and so you've got a really easy stain technique. And it, like I said, it dries really quickly, which is great for crafting. With stain for, fancy wood projects, don't you have to let that stuff dry overnight, and then you have to seal it, and it takes forever.
Only if you follow directions.
Who has time for all that?
Only if you follow directions.
And you
Okay.
can use any color.
I'm out of
You don't
time,
have to use browns.
So
Okay.
I'm moving all your stuff.
Okay, just
Hello.
you don't have to move it. You can just put it
I
on
have to
top of
move
it. Okay, he has to move it.
I have to move that
Okay.
part. Put your computer up here so you can control it. Now remember, people.
He's leaving. He has a
I'm
meeting
leaving,
to go
you have to
to.
say, hey, shift back to the one so we can see her face, or shift back to where we can see what you're doing. You got to tell her to do that.
Yeah,
But
but
she'll start rambling on and won't even notice that she hasn't even looked up at the notes for a while.
yeah, that's the
That's
story
you.
of my life. Teaching my kids, and I just yap, not paying attention if they're even with me.
I second that.
Okay.
Okay, so I've got you on this one here, camera 1, and camera 2 goes the overhead. That way you've got these
Okay.
in the corner.
And I can see Liana likes this method. Yes, I do too. And again, you can use any color. It doesn't have to be a wood color. You could use red, you could use pink, and it just puts a really light layer of the color over your wood. Yeah, don't forget your ends.
Okay, I'm going to be monitoring you from my phone as long as I
Okay.
can.
Oh no, he's going to be send stars.
Let me see what I can do about that.
Send some stars. Start a star party. Okay, so I've got that one. That's all I did with this one. Only I did this one months ago. So, fancy way to prep your wood, and you get minimal amount on your fingers, and it's acrylic paint that hasn't dried, so it cleans up really easy and gets under your fingernails and all that fun stuff. Okay. So that's good to go. So this was just a demo of how I got my wood prepped for tonight. So I'm going to set that aside. And so I've got this, and I've got my transfer. And again, if you weren't, you know what? I'm good, but I just realized I washed my fuzz cloth and I left it in the dryer. So we'll see if we have to fuzz this. We'll do it on the dish drainer. Okay, so we're all good. We're surviving without Bill so far. It's been like, what, a minute? Okay, so I'm gonna wax this because it's a wood grain, not painted, so I'm not so worried about pulling up paint. I mean, technically it's not painted, it's kind of stained, but especially anytime you add moisture to wood, it pulls up the grain, it kind of swells the grain, and we want this to be as flat as possible to get the best results of our chalking. So I'm just going to apply some wax. And the wax will kind of, I'll buff it into those grooves of the grain so that my chalk has a flat surface to adhere to. Okay, so Patty likes that technique. Had you ever seen that before, or was that new? Uh-oh. Uh-oh, there go the dogs. Out the dog door. Okay, so I put a little bit of wax on, and then I'm gonna buff most of it off. And you know what? I think I'm gonna make this two-sided. So I'm going to wax this side too, because it will be able to be seen from both sides in my kitchen. So I'm putting wax on both sides, a little bit on, and then buffing it off. Too much wax and your paste. Okay, well, good. Hopefully you learned a new technique. So baby wipe or wet wipe. It could be a cleaning wipe just as easily. It's really just the moisture. I suspect you could probably do it with a paper towel and water. You're just really thinning out that acrylic paint. Okay, so I've got that waxed. Put this up. I didn't mention, but this is my surface wax that is available in my shop. It works really, really well. It doesn't smell like the kind you can get at the hardware store, and it works really well. And I think it's still in stock. I think it's low quantity, but I do believe it's still in stock. Okay. So I'm just going to use the words. Does the wax seal the board? Yes, it does. Not completely, but it does it puts a layer of wax on it, so it gives it a little bit of protection from moisture. Okay, so this also comes with a line that you could use depending on how you set up the design. It also comes with, here's a knife and a fork crossed. Here's just a little spoon. Here's just a fork. And here's just a knife. So if you were using it on something that would be easily seen, you could use these. Mine's going to be up in the air hanging from the rafters, so I don't think those will be seen, so I'm not going to use those. So I'm going to kind of figure out where I want this. And like I said, I don't have my fuzzing cloth. That's got an awful lot of, I'm just going to use a towel. Fuzzing cloth is in the dryer in the other room. So I'm just going to take a regular towel and I'm going to fuzz it because I don't want it to stick so hard to this that it pulls or distorts my transfer when I go to pull it up. Now I have used this before. I also use this on dish towels and aprons. So it's not completely sticky. And let's see. I want to kind of see where the center's going to be. Okay. I'm going to measure. I'm going to hear about it. Okay, so that's 3 3/4. And that's 3 3/4. Okay, so that's about a good place for this. And I'm going to center it top to bottom on this board. Do you need the overhead camera, or are you okay full face forward? Let me know, because I can switch it. I have the technology. Okay, so I got that down. I'm pushing out, making sure that the adhesive is adhered to the wood as best as it can. Because natural wood will tend to, it'll tend to bleed just a bit. So I'm going to try to eliminate the opportunity for it. Okay, Cheryl says overhead would be nice, so let's see. There we go. You know what? How's that? Now I'm up in the corner. Woohoo! And then here's my overhead. I'm going to lay this one down later, but I'm going to get this chalked first. And I want it to be kind of high contrast, so I'm going to use, this is Dune, which is a cream colored. I didn't want it stark white. I kind of wanted it cream colored, so I've got my Dune colored paste. This is Chalkology paste, so it's chalk in paste form. I think I mentioned on another live, some of the lids, like this is a purple lid, it doesn't mean anything except that their supplier was out of the black lids and they didn't want people to have to wait and wait and wait and wait until the black lids came back in stock when they could send these out just as easily with purple lids. Okay, so I'm going to get a little bit of this paste on my squeegee. And I'm not going to push hard because I don't want it to bleed. And I'm just going to go over that. Get that little heart. How are we doing? That's better. Good, good, good. And then I'll forget, and then I'll keep it over the overhead, and you'll have to be screaming at me to do it forward facing. Okay, so I'm scraping off any of my excess because I can put that back in the jar and keep on using it. And I'm going to peel this up. I'm going to do it slowly in case there's a spot I need to lay it back down. Okay. Woohoo! I like that. Cook, eat. Does that kind of feel like what goes on in your kitchens? You cook, they eat, you clean, and then you do it all over again. Especially when my kids were here. I was constantly doing dishes. Okay, I'm not ready to clean that just yet, so I'm spraying it so it stays damp. And I'm going to get my quick dry tool and just touch that up so it's dry. So when I lay this transfer down, it will slightly overlap, but I don't want to be pulling up any of this fresh chalk. Yes, never-ending cycle. Now this kind of looks like that Ray Dunn font, that really tall, skinny, which is still very popular from what I can tell. Okay, same thing with this one. That seemed to be enough fuzzing. I'm going to peel it off its backer. Again, our transfers are self-adhesive, reusable. You can reuse them 10 to 12 times, guaranteed by the company. As long as you take good care of them and clean them up like I'm about to show you. And again, I'm just putting a little bit of fuzz on the back to ease up on some of that stickiness temporarily, so I don't have problems removing it. And then I'm going to line it up top to bottom and sure that's spaced enough. Now, if you hold it, you won't be able to see it, but if you hold it up to the light, you can kind of see where the transfer falls. So you can see if you've got it centered. Down just a smidge. Okay, looks good. So I'm going to push it down. Again, I'm removing any air bubbles, because if there's an air bubble that's trapped, the paste will seep out that air bubble and cause a big old mess. We don't want that. So, well, same thing with our paste. Clean, repeat. You know, they need to come up with one of these. Thank you for sprinkling, Melissa. Hello. He. He to you too, Alana. They ought to come up with one of these for chalking. It could say chalk, peel, clean, repeat. That's a great idea. I think I'm going to submit that suggestion to corporate. Because that's what we do. We chalk it, we peel it up, we clean our transfers, and repeat. And scrape off any excess. How are we doing? Yes, I do love the font too. And I'm going to do it slowly, so if I need to lay it back down, I can lay it down in the exact position. Some cook, eat, clean, repeat. I love it. What do you think? Do you love it too? Okay. So let me dry this. What's our time looking like? 6:26. Okay, what I'm going to do, I'm eventually, after this is over, I'm going to do the exact same thing on the back. But unless you want to see me do it again, I'm not going to redo it. I can design that. Yes, you could. So unless you really want to see it again. Hi, Barbara. Hey, Ken. Thank you. Thank you for the stars. Unless you really want me to see me do it again, I'm just going to go on to finishing it up with a few little embellishments. Okay. And know that I'm going to do it again on the other side. So let me clean this up. Put that away. I'm going to set that up there, let it dry, and I'm going to show you how we clean the transfers. It's an important part of caring for them, but it is very easy. It is not difficult to clean your transfers. Ideally, you go over to the sink and run them under some cool water, use your board eraser, scrub off the paste, dry them up, and they're good. But I'm not going to run to the sink, so I'm going to use my spray bottle. This happens to be distilled water, but it does not have to be for cleaning your transfers. You don't need distilled. Just plain old tap water is fine. And with a paper towel, I'm picking up that initial part of the excess paste, just because it saves my board eraser a little bit of work. Okay, so let me show you if you haven't seen one. This is a board eraser. This is on its last legs, but it took a licking, but it keeps on ticking. There I am, dating myself with outdated phrases. It's like a Mr. Clean Magic eraser, but no chemicals. And I have a little dish of water over here. So I'm going to soak it and then wring it out. And then I'm going to use this board eraser to clean off the rest of that paste. These work great. It just grabs the paste and pulls it off and gets these things really clean really quickly. And there's some paste on the back, and there's also some of that fuzz that we put on. We want to make sure we get off. And see, what you can tell when they're kind of at the end of their life, they start to crumble. They flatten down and crumble. Here's what a new one looks like. In fact, I'm going to just get it out and I'm going to use it next time. Here's a brand new one. So you can kind of see this has done its job. This one gets to work tomorrow. So cleaning off paste from the sticky side, cleaning off fuzz from the sticky side. My goal is to get all the paste out of the screen, because that is where, like I like to say, that's where the magic happens on our transfers. in that screen. That's where we push the paste through. That's what puts down the design. So you want that clean and clear. You don't want any paste in it, just like that. Okay, I'm going to let this air dry. I'm actually going to use it again when I turn off the camera. I'll do the back part. Okay. I'm glad I can make you laugh until you cry, Patty. Okay, so what I wanted to do on this is I have a little extra room at the end, and I do kind of have a farmhousey kitchen. So I'm going to take some jute twine, and I'm going to just wrap it around, kind of give it a little embellishment on the edge. So I'm going to start with a little bit of glue, and I'm just going to glue. I think I'll do it start it on the top. Go right about there. Just put a dab of glue. Come on, push. There we go. Okay. I'll let that set just for a second. Oh, I'm not paying attention. Can you see what I'm doing? Just a little bit of glue there. And then I'm going to wrap this around. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. Does that look like enough? Should I do more? That's 5 times. Does that look like enough, or should I do a couple more? 5, 6. So I'll do 7. Okay. And then I'm going to put another little dab of glue right there. That does not want to push out. There we go. Another dab of glue there. I'm going to hold it till it sets. I'm going to get my scissors. Now you could do this with ribbon just as easily if you wanted to wrap some ribbon around the edges, because it's not colorful. I purposely didn't make it colorful, but if I wanted to make it colorful, I could do this with ribbon. I could do it with yarn. Okay, so I'm going to do the same thing over here. A little bit of glue. Come on, there we go. Little bit of glue just to hold the end. So I already asked, how is everybody doing? Everybody doing good? Got some new people hop on. If you are brand new, let us know where you're watching from. And what did I say? I did 7 times. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So, whoa, look at that. Time to buy more jute. Yes, did you see? Is that awesome or what? It's like I planned it, which I really did not. So another little dot of glue right there to hold that in place. What do you think? Pizza night at Stewart Ranch. Where's the invitation? I just noticed I had somebody, a Facebook friend, comment that they had a friend who accidentally ordered a pizza from the wrong store or something. I guess so he got like a free pizza to his house because his friend ordered to him instead of to his own house. So pizza, homemade pizza, or it's freezing. It's freezing. The video's freezing. I love the robot. Yes, it does have rustic. That was kind of what I was going for. Okay. Now to hang it, what I'm going to do is I have some of these little eye hooks. See those? And what I'm going to do so that the structural engineer can just put in some hooks, and I could change this out, I'm just going to screw some of these in. And let me show you how I'm going to do that. And then we'll pretty much be finished. So I'm going to decide, I just want to decide where I'm going to put the hook. So I think I will put it at 3 inches. I'm going to get my pen. I'm going to put it at about 3 inches in. And I'm going to do this one at about 3 inches in. Okay. And what I do is, you don't need a special tool, but you kind of need to get it started. And so what I do is, ordinarily I would grab a nail and I would kind of pound in a nail like 1/4 of an inch or so. But I don't have a nail. I couldn't find one. I don't want to go out to the garage because it's cold and icy out there. So I just have my little ice pick and my little baby hammer. And I'm just going to try to be centered on my board. I'm just going to start like a little pilot hole, maybe 1/4 of an inch. Both sides. Now, which one of there it is? And then I can just screw in this I screw late tonight, but here, yay, Patty! You pulled yourself away from chat fuel. Oh, Pizza Hut stuffed crust. Pizza Hut, I think, is our favorite. We like the pepperoni lovers deep dish. And it's best if it's eat in. Okay. That one doesn't have a point. I'm tossing that. That's no good. Okay. So it's got a sharp point, and I'm just going to start it in that hole that I started. And once it grabs, it takes over. You just turn it. And if it gets too hard to turn, you put in a screwdriver and you kind of do this with it. That kind of drives it in. And this one, same thing. You have up tonight. Given up for the night? Okay, it's getting hard, so put in a screwdriver and just kind of twist it. And there, I have my little eye hooks to hang it from, and it's ready to go. Except I'm gonna put the same thing on the back so you can see it from either way. But that is the project for tonight. And again, the transfers. This transfer is a returning one. I forget what they call it, but it's a returning Creative Kickstart transfer, and they're offering them on sale. So if you're a regular customer, you can get it for 20% off. If you are a club member, you can get it for 50% off. And if you are a designer and you don't know how to get it, contact me. I'll let you know the secret how you guys can get them also. Okay, so that's tonight's project. Oh, type in Kickstart. Should be in the pinned comment. Type in Kickstart, and we'll send you the link to the returning transfers that are on sale, and also the transfers that are brand new Creative Kickstart. It's really cute. It's this rainbow. I forget what all it says. Every day is a new day, and surround yourself with people, positive thoughts. And like I said, I've ordered those transfers. They have not come yet. I don't think they've even really shipped yet. So as soon as I get them, we will be making them, but go take a look. It's while supplies last, and their popular things will sell out. So don't wait too long. So take a look, Kickstart, take a look and see what it is you'd like to order, and get it on its way to you. So thank you so much. Let me switch the camera back. And I have no mouse. Okay, that wasn't awkward at all. Let's just do that. Okay, so here's our kitchen sign. Oh, I hope you liked it. I am so tickled that I finally got to do this project. I've been tripping over this board thinking, oh, I was going to do that and can't do it live because I can't get them the transfer, but now I can. And so I'm happy. I'm a happy camper. And so I'm going to put this up and maybe I'll take a picture of it on display. And I think that's it. I sent out our first email. Honestly, I'm just trying to figure out how to create the emails. So it's kind of salesy. It's not how I want our emails, our newsletters to eventually be, but I got one out. I think there's only a handful of people who signed up to be on our email list. So if that's something you're interested in doing, type email in the comments and you can give us permission to use your email address and you can get in on our newsletter list. And I think that's it. So thanks for hanging out with us on a Monday night. We will be back, I believe, tomorrow night. Yep, Tuesday night. We should be back on at 6. And then Wednesday, just a heads up, Wednesday we'll be on in the morning, shared with Craft Around the Clock. But again, thanks so much. If you need anything, let me know. And I'll get you the information if you have any questions. If you're interested in maybe not doing what I do, but if you're interested in getting a 40% off discount on these supplies and you'd like to know how, it's really not too difficult. I can let you in on the secret. And so anyway, just reach out and let me know. And otherwise, I guess I will see you. Oh, he said switch it to that one so that the rain cross comes up really big. So am I doing okay, honey? Am I doing okay? I still need you. Don't think I can do this on my own. Okay, so thanks a lot. Love you guys. We'll see you tomorrow. Nice talking with you. Bye-bye. Now I don't know how to get out of here. Stop recording. Stop streaming.